Have you always wanted to have an 850 credit score? Well, now you can with this video. I'm sure you've seen all those videos on how to get a good credit score, but they never tell you the whole story. You need to know why your credit score is what it is, and not just focus on the algorithm. In this video, I'm going to show you some tips that will help boost your credit score up to 850 in no time at all. A FICO score of 850 will be virtually impossible to beat. Lenders won't see much difference between your score and those that are close to this high number, but it is possible for some people with excellent credit or debt ratios in their history. In order to achieve a higher numeric ranking than what's seen today, you're better off having an A+ rating, because these types of consumers can get loans at lower rates when compared against other applicants who don't qualify. If your 850 FICO score falls in the range of the scores from 800 to 900, that is categorized as exceptional. With such high expectations for credit worthiness, you will likely receive easy approvals when applying for new loans or cards. Your 850 FICO score is almost perfect and will be seen as a sign of pristine credit management. Your likelihood to default on your bills is considered very low. Lenders are likely to offer you their best deals, including lower interest rates than before. Plus, card issuers may grant deluxe rewards cards or loyalty programs in order for them to stay competitive with other companies' products out there. You may be surprised to find out that an 850 credit score is the perfect one. Despite being just shy of perfection, 850, it's unlikely you'll save money on loans or anything else by improving your status further. In fact, only 1 in 6 people have this high a grade. The 800 Plus Club doesn't have any smaller groups where members can get different offers because lenders don't differentiate between those who qualify based off their scores alone. They fall into one big pool with everyone else as far as financing goes. You might be surprised to learn that people who have credit scores over 800 are also unlikely to default on their financial obligations. People with these high-performing models tend not to only pay off loans and cards monthly, but they also keep negative information out of the report through responsible use in a few areas like mortgages or student loans, for example. It's clear from VantageScore data, at least 0.1% don't care what anyone thinks, as long as those bills get paid promptly every month. This group has civil judgments reported against them just once, and no tax liens either. People with an 800 plus credit score also have some of the most expensive and lavish lifestyles. So it should come as no surprise that if you're one of these people, then a high score will get your foot into just about any door they might be holding back from preventing access due to income or existing obligations like mortgages. A credit score is more than just a number. It's an indication of your financial responsibility, and without it, you'll be unable to get loans or open accounts for things like car purchases in the future, which could really hurt your wallet if they're not handled correctly by someone who knows what they're doing. Credit scores are based on 6 different factors. Credit card utilization. It's a well-known fact that if you don't pay off your credit card balance before the statement closes, it will affect your utilization rate. However, there are other ways of lowering this number without changing what kind of spending habits you have or going cold turkey on purchases and ATM withdrawals. One thing people can do in order to lower their utilization while still making some purchases is paying prepaid cards instead, leaving an unused amount set aside, from which they'll use for those special occasions when cash just isn't enough. Payment history. Missing a single payment can really hurt your credit. If you're not careful and tend to miss more than 1 or 2 in a row, then it could lead down a path of having poor payment history, which leads us into even further riskier territory, like never being approved for another type of credit again. Derogatory marks. Defaulting on a credit card is the worst thing you can do, not only for your own bank account, but also for any future transactions. The consequences of this are long-lasting and irreversible. If an issuer defaults on their product, it's very unlikely that either party will want anything more to do with each other ever again, in regards to loans or credit cards alike. It may seem like fixing defaults of debt would be easy enough though, because there'll always likely be some room available through negotiation. However, I assure you, these negotiations won't go down with at least one nasty fight. So make sure all bases have been covered before leaving things up to the company's decision. Age of credit history. The average age of an excellent credit score is 9 years. So if you want to get a top-notch rating for your finances, then make sure there are at least 9 or more years worth on file with creditors and other financial institutions such as banks. Total accounts. If you have 21 plus accounts to your name and low utilization on any of them, the credit agencies will see this as evidence that you're a responsible individual who should be trusted with more. It seems like an absurd number, but when considering all aspects, including old age wisdom such as more is better, then I believe it makes sense. Credit inquiries. Credit inquiries are a type of credit report that may appear when you apply for new cards, rent houses, or get car loans. They last on your file until 2 years after they were issued, so it's important to monitor how many hard or soft inquiries there have been in this time frame, because excessive amounts could hurt your score as well. How to get an 850 credit score. If you're going after the 850, then get as many credit cards as possible and wait. You'll take 21 inquiries right away, which will pull down your score for 2 years of hard work before falling off in 3 decades, when all those new accounts have an average at 8 years old with low utilization rates, set to avoid problems later on. Starting from year 9 though, it becomes more important than ever not to miss payments, or else that can really hurt future opportunities too. To get your credit score to 850, you'll need to take a long-term perspective. You can't just focus on the short term and expect that everything will work out in the end. Your credit is made up of many different aspects. Some are easier than others, but being mindful about what's going on with your finances in every aspect of life should help you reach an 850 credit score over time. So, what do you think? Are there any other tips or tricks for getting a higher credit score? Thanks for watching my video.